Meet Billqees, a bill determined to navigate Pakistan's legislative system and fulfill her dream of becoming a law. Billqees was born in the lower house of the parliament, also known as the National Assembly. There, her purpose was introduced, debated, criticized, and voted on. She had to convince a majority of the 342 members to support her to achieve her dream. For this, she had to pass through a total of 3 readings. In the first reading, lawmakers probed her intentions and tried to get to know her better. But the second reading involved heated debates on her merits and shortcomings. Billqees had to change her approach to pass the reading. The third reading, the toughest, required scrutiny of every word. She understood that this was very important because once Billqees becomes law, every citizen of the country will have to abide by her words. She took the feedback and critique, and after changing a few things about herself, she was accepted by the majority. What a relief! But her journey wasn't over yet. She now had to face the upper house, or the Senate, which consists of technocrats. And technocrats love talking about technicalities. Billqees went through another 3 rounds of critique and scrutiny. The senators had to make sure Billqees would not be used in nefarious acts after becoming a law. So she had to change her language here and tone there, provide clarity, and remove uncertainties. She also had to be considerate of the powers of the provinces and the federation and accept feedback to move forward in her journey. Billqees adapted and managed to pass through all 3 readings here too. Billqees' dream was almost within reach. She was sent to the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who gave his 2 cents on her fate and sent her off to the final destination, the President's office. Billqees prayed that the President would be too busy to see her, because if the President does not assent or suggest any further changes within 10 days, Billqees would have to go back to Parliament, where a joint session would decide her fate. And she knew she had already cleared the apprehensions of both houses. But all went well, and the President assented soon after seeing Billqees and consulting the PM's advice. Billqees was finally cleared to become a law. She was published in the official Gazette of Pakistan, a complete dream come true. This was just the beginning of her story. As she lives her life as a law, she will be taken care of by the judiciary, and her instructions will be carried out by law enforcement, just like the many Billqeeses and Bilals that became laws before her. And all those who made it to the end of the line had to be open to feedback, remain cognizant of the rights of Pakistanis, be protective of the vulnerable, and be punitive for the unjust. And most importantly, they all had to follow the path that was set out for them in the Constitution of Pakistan.